Hello and welcome to episode 61 of our Timberborn Update 6 Waterbeavers playthrough, Cycle 70, Day 16. Got a drought coming up in about a little less than 2 days, and today's focus is going to need to be on improving the efficiency of science generation, because for us to get to the end game, we are going to have a tremendous quantity of science. Probably about between 90 and 100,000 science, and we have 969. That's not going to cut it, folks. Not even in the slightest. So we do have two ENSs right here. This one is set to make processors for our hauling bots. This one is set to make clockwork robotic controllers for our clockwork farms. So we have a clockwork hydroponic everblossom farm that we are constructing so that we can reduce our reliance on actual tree farming. Make sure we have plenty of logs. And then on top of that, we're going to continue making other food with the help of these platforms and putting other things in place. It is, of course, a process that will take time. So what I'm going to do is place in staircases here and here so that we can go ahead and make as much of a progress toward getting these other pillars put in place before we really need them, so we don't forget and bad things happen. And then we're going to have to come over here and make some choices about what we are prioritizing. We do have our second nuclear reactor operating, and the third one is just waiting on a little bit more evaporation to occur so we can get beavers down here to run it. And that probably is going to happen sooner rather than later in today's episode. And it needs to be hooked up to power, which has not happened yet. But that's something that I think we're going to deal with in due time. I do want to get a lot of this metal out of here because I think we're probably going to end up running the power shafts that way. But for right now, I guess I could go ahead and just put a regular power shaft in there. And since I think they can reach this without anybody getting down in there, we might as well place one of these here. They should be able to build that from here, get us just a tiny bit closer. But like I said, processors are going to be a hugely important thing. So we can have these hauler bots that are going to help us be more efficient with generally everything. And this is waiting on gold dust and silicon metal ingots to really have enough to do too much. Those are the hardest thing for us to make right now in this supply chain. Endothermic essence is lacking, yes, but that's relatively easy to produce in comparison. Right now we have this high temperature foundry producing silicon metal ingots, and it's about 25% of the way through the next batch. Because I only have 5 workers in here. It's taken 16 2/3 days. It's not going to cut it, folks. We have to be able to get more beavers working in these buildings. So we can either increase the population, or we can decrease the amount of beavers working in other places. So there's not really a great way to do this without just revamping everything. And at this point in the playthrough, we can't do that. At least not with a live, I don't cut things out play style. It would take me another 40 episodes to redo everything. So, I think the best thing to do for this is to reduce the reliance on beavers as haulers, because they have to sleep, they have to eat, and they can only carry so many materials, whereas the bots, I don't think there's any over here. Let's see if I can find one. I could just click on this. That would be easier. Come all the way down here to the hauler bots. So they have a capacity of 140 kilograms. That is quite a lot. Now, they can still only carry certain quantities of things, but they can carry, on average, more per trip than a regular beaver. Let me see if I can find one of these workers here to just demonstrate. Yeah, they have a capacity of 42 kilograms, this one specifically, at least. Yeah. So 42 lotus flowers is 42 kilograms according to this, but a bot can carry a whole lot more. Anyway, point being, if we focus on trying to improve that, that's going to give us the most gain per job moved somewhere else. Because I don't want to take them out of the hauling upgrades because we still desperately need them. But with each bot we build, the reliance on these guys goes down. Then we can put them in other things. There's also, there's a bunch of different things we could do to try to improve stuff, but that is the most obvious and least disruptive thing that I can think of. Let's get this on triple speed and move on from there. Other things that we are underproducing, theoretically, under normal circumstances, include paper. Well, you have 1,800 paper. How are you underproducing? Well, that's because we have all of these buildings at the Abyss that can make things really quickly that I've been going back and forth between. And we're still not really in a great spot with a lot of those things, but this is a very complicated mod. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items that just require so much stuff, and it's borderline impossible to keep up with. We also have this deluxe stew, which is the best food in the game, and we're still reliant on nenifars, which we cannot produce reliably at a fast enough speed. And that's one of those things that comes out of the Clockwork Hydroponic Farms. We have, that's the wrong button. That's also the wrong button. There we go. We have the ability to just create these, and I want to build one, but we have to research it, and it's 2,000 science, which we do not have. We will have, hopefully, but it will just take time. And I see we just got our second Clockwork Hydroponic Everblossom farm. Get this prioritized so that can, do what it has to do, and move on from there. One step at a time. We will get there. It's just going to be a process. So we also desperately need metal blocks, and that has been a very frustrating saga to try and figure out. But we're still making metal blocks. It is just a very slow process. They're at 31%, and this one has all 20 beavers working, and is supposed to be making scrap metal so that we can make metal out of the scrap metal. So that's every 5 hours we get 100 scrap metal. Then we have these buildings over here, like this well, this one's paused. Is this one paused down here? It is not, and it is making... Yeah, so like every 2 hours this uses 5. So, if anything, just for temporary rebalancing purposes, if I take this down to 10 beavers, then I can put some of them over in here. I can bring this up to 10, which cuts our production time in half for the silicon metal ingots, and then gives us another 5 beavers to put somewhere else. That's going to help. It'll make things that much better. We also have the Mechanics Lodge here that is attempting to make gears. We have a couple of these things that are attempting to make gears. But gears are one of those things that can be made in the underground factory. And that will, of course, require the materials, but the recipe is just so much faster. It's every half hour you get 5 gears versus 10 hours for 1 gear in the Mechanics Lodge. So, we really want to make sure that we have one of these operating to make gears. But I only have one of these underground factory operating teams. So we come over here, and I decided somehow that this was going to be smart to have these deep pile storages, and basically nobody agrees that these are good, including the guy that made them, so I don't know why I built them in the first place. But I'm going to take these storages out for the iron and the coal and all that, and instead focus this on dirt, and then also sawdust. Actually, this one isn't fully emptied yet, so I'm going to go to this one that is empty and have big storage for sawdust, because we cannot let having too much sawdust stop production. That's a problem. And you see here we don't have any drill bits. That's another problem. This is a gas extractor for methane, which is useful because that goes into making scrap metal. That's very good to have that here. But I think it would be in our best interest to put in an underground factory operating team over here to produce drill bits, which, guess what, also take methane. So I will put that guy right here, set that to drill bits, because then if we're making drill bits here, we don't have to make drill bits here, which this one isn't making drill bits. Neither is this one. Neither is this one. That one's also paused. It's, again, just tons of stuff. It is way too complicated for my simple brain to handle. So making it very, very, very simple is going to be the only way I'm going to ever have a chance of succeeding. So you know how it goes. Endothermic essence here still is coming in pretty slowly, so let's identify where that is being produced, because I can't ever remember. That is going to be all the way down here at this distillery. Oh, okay, it's right next to it. We are waiting on minty bamboo shoots. Really? I am surprised that that's the reason why. I figured this would be plenty of bamboo, not be an issue. Huh. Okay. well, now I have to decide where I can actually plant more of these things. So, if I... No, it's not going to remove the plants. I forgot this is in version 6. I can, if I really, really wanted to, I could come in to say here, 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 and here, and that would give me 4 more of those. And then here and here would give me an additional 2. So I could have 6 extra plants, and they can still reach this. That is all in range. And I don't think I can get all the way over here. Yeah, there's no accessibility. But that's going to help. It's not going to do a huge amount of difference, but it is going to help. One problem we're probably going to run into is that this does tend to dry out during droughts on this top level. So I'm probably not going to be able to plant anything up here, but here is going to be fine. These guys, wait a second. Oh, they can't reach this at all. Why did I... Okay. Okay, well, this is a dead space anyway, so I will just put in a staircase there. How did I miss that? How in the world did I miss that? They should still have range when I put those stairs in right there. Yeah, because that goes off to the right. That'll be okay. They'll work on that. We are out of drill bits. That is a problem. We are also out of giant logs. Is that because I put them in here? It is not. Okay, yeah, we definitely need more of these. Another issue with how we have this set up is I just don't have space for anything. If I move these berries out of the way, we still don't have enough berries, but I could plant some additional sequoias here. Could do one here, one here, one here, one here. If I just get rid of all of these, it would be an additional 4. But this also dries out during droughts occasionally. It's not long enough to kill the tree, but it definitely would not be ideal long term. Just very, very limited options with how this is set up. So I kind of don't want to mess with this right now because we still can't make enough of anything anyway. Oh wow, they actually have almost built this. Just need some more glowing fluid, and I bet you the glowing fluid isn't getting produced fast enough. Well, I have the materials. Okay, no, we're just going through glowing fluid super fast. What's using that? Goods tracing, I think, is the name of the mod for this. It's very, very helpful. Glowing... Oh, yeah, I got 7 buildings. We got both of these. Okay, to find the ruins exploration. That's fine. The GMO labs, and then I have the nuclear waste mining center and the supplementary expedition team. Well, we probably need more Firefly stuff, but that is another one of those things that we don't really have the resources to support any more of those. So maybe that has to wait for a little bit of time. But we're going to run into problems without having any drill bits. So again, the juggling here. I don't have enough gold dust to do this, so I'm just going to turn this one into drill bits because there's nothing happening here. But we really, really need to make sure we're doing as much as we can. Not in the factory buildings, because this other one is, just so much cheaper. Well, it's not technically cheaper, it's just faster. What can I store in here? Got tons of storage for dirt. I hate to just use it on waste rocks, but honestly, I feel like that's probably going to be the only viable thing. And maybe I just leave it alone. It's not hurting anything, it's just an annoying thing to look at. Yeah, we cannot make metal fast enough, and we can't make it fast enough because we can't make the materials fast enough. And then all of this, of course, goes back to making science. And this is set to maximum science production. And guess what? Doesn't have any berries. So, again, I cannot take the berries out. I need to have more of these GMO labs, which, of course, don't have dirt. And they don't have dirt because these don't have drill bits. And we're also probably using dirt for a bunch of other purposes anyway. Oh, what fun. Okay, and this is in the middle of using giant logs to make planks, which we're still consuming super quickly. Paper's looking okay, though. We've been attempting to figure out how to get everybody these possessions super quick. The comic books aren't really a fast process, so we probably could speed that up now that we have a decent amount of paper, but those also require the pencil sets, and we don't have those either. Wooden toys were a thing we discussed many times. Those can be made very fast in an assembly line, but you have to have the materials to actually do something with those. And somebody asked about storage for metal fasteners. We really don't have big storage for metal fasteners, so what we should do is, since we're making metal fasteners here, I think it makes sense to put in storage for metal fasteners. I know, what a concept, huh? And it's probably going to be better for me to just blow this up. Yeah, I'll just blow this up, and I can have a space to put in one of the 216 storages. Better than nothing, but right here where it's being manufactured is just a better idea. So many things that must be done. And I guess if we want something to actually get finished, I have to super prioritize it every time. Do they put the stairs in here? They did, and they planted these. Good. So that's going to help us. Maybe only a little bit at first, but it is going to help us. Yeah, see how these have already... Well, they're not dried out, but they are drying out. I can't put sequoias here. And I was thinking about putting them over here, but that's, you know, another can of worms. As is basically everything with the Waterbeavers mod. But it is what it is. I still don't have this because we don't have glowing fluid. Technically, we have the metal blocks now. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to pause. Oh, I've got 152 of those. But I don't have human relics. And where's my supplementary? I guess I don't have a supplementary. Is that this one? It is. Okay. Oh, I've got a human. Oh, okay. They show up in a different... I can't keep track of this. Huh. Okay, well, that uses the glowing fluid. I'm going to, for right now... I shouldn't pause. No, I can't. I have to pause this. That's the only one I can pause, because the other ones are the actual elevator itself. Yeah, if I pause this, they can take the glowing fluid out of it. And the tools, for that matter, if they need to use those for something else, but I don't think they do. And we also get 5 beavers back to help do other jobs. What's our prospect look like? Oh, we're actually making drill bits. Good. That will help. I mean, these aren't running. Wait, this one is running, but it still has the... Oh, that just shows up because it doesn't have any drill bits. All right. Well, I guess it's fine. Almost done with this batch of silicon metal ingots, so we have that going for us. B for boom. And it's time for a medium warehouse right here for these things. And then up here we are making tools. I do not have tool storage over here. And I don't really have a lot of storage basically anywhere for these. But those can go into medium warehouse too. So the only real way to get this hooked up here without it being some sort of nonsense. Probably just put another one of these in. And then use our platforms. Which is going to require that this get replaced with a ladder. Which may not be a super quick process because those do take metal. So I think we'll just kind of leave this alone for the time being. And instead of putting a ladder here, I can just pop in a spiral staircase. I don't think I want that to be the permanent solution, but it'll allow us to get up here at the very least. That will help us out tremendously over here. See, other stuff we can easily take care of. I know they... oh, good. They do have this thing here, and they can actually build these giant pillars now, except the giant logs may take a while to come in. No, actually, I see we have an extra one. Good. So, once that's done, which that one is finished, they can come in and finish this one. Take this out, and then I think we'll take a look and see how the log situation is panning out. Because I may need to put another Everblossom farm here, or it's possible I could put in once we have 2,000 science, a clockwork hydroponic lotus farm. I need to make sure that I have these heights offset so I can stack the rings for the metal platforms. And the Everblossom farm would put that at the same height there, so you know what? This probably would be a correct place to put a lotus farm. And that should help us out, because it's taken too long. Everything's taken too long. We are still making science, though, which is, it's nice. 14 bots. Once again, now we're actually waiting on multiple things. Oh no, we have enough silicon metal ingots to make a single bot. And this one will give us 3 more, so that's going to be very helpful. Tool storage there. Metal fasteners there. And there's a whole lot of you guys that are like, why don't you have storage for everything? Like, look, there's like 500 items. I can't have storage for everything everywhere. 1, I don't have the simultaneous bandwidth in my brain to do that. And 2, I don't have space. Feel free to do it yourself. Let me know how that goes. Another couple of these. Planks, somehow we still can't keep up with that. Paper, we stockpiled a whole bunch. We're not using a tremendous amount right now. I'm curious to see what else is making paper. Because I know I made it in the abyss. It's also kind of hard to remember when I only do this once a week. Okay, so it's only the paper mill that's right here. That's what I figured. But storage is also full, so, I kind of don't need these guys in here. But it's also a house, so I can't really pause it. Not very conveniently. And I have a decent amount of storage for paper. I don't have a ton. Where can I really, You know what? Is there a possibility I could put a, I know I can't have something over here. But can I do an overhang walkway? That's faced that way. No, not there. If I stack here, can I do that? Okay. I'd have to get around here and I can't. Okay, so that spot's not going to work. Figured I'd try it, though. I probably don't need to have these here anyway, but... Ugh, you know how it is. You know what? I don't have anything up here anymore. I guess I could just make this paper storage. That would probably help. At least a tiny bit. This is sunflower oil for the purpose of one of these recipes. I can't remember which one it was. Hey, at least we have drill bits. That's helpful. And now we're gathering coal again, so that's just the whole thing. This is drying out. That's, well, it's not fine, but it is what it is. That's there. We got 1,600 science. Pollution resistance factor is looking good. I know that's one of those things that was, if I can remember what building's actually doing this. Is it the distillery somewhere over here? I can't remember. Because these are all making ice blocks. I don't have a cold storage for ice blocks either. I never really felt the need to have that, especially for the amount of science and metal it costs. Probably need to at some point. How are we? Clark-Braverman controllers waiting on pencil sets, huh? Yeah, see, I told you I couldn't keep making a whole bunch of comic books. The pencil sets can be made in the assembly line, except this one is making robot parts, which of course need metal blocks. See, everything just comes back to these same like 3 items. Drill bits still being made. I need to make metal blocks, but I can't because I don't have enough materials. So on and so forth. How are they out of... I don't see, just like that. Just like that, I have to I have to get more beavers in here, and I have to have more coal being brought out. 75. Okay, they almost have enough to start. Yeah, 6 hours here. I really need to have another mechanical drill for coal, but I don't have a good spot to put it. Kind of running out of convenient locations, huh? Don't have a lot of opportunities here. Well, at least the water's coming back. So that's gonna help eventually. Yeah, honestly, folks, at this point, there's not a whole lot more I can do without just time-lapsing stuff. This is almost evaporated. They're still grabbing scrap metal here, so I can't really do that much with it. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm just going to have this time-lapse for a little bit and try to get ahead on a few more things, get some science generated so I can get the Nennephars, which will help me get more science so I can, you know how it goes. But we'll see what we can get to before I have to, adjust something else, so on and so forth, and then just go from there. That's the point of the playthrough we're at. These things take a really long time when you get to the late game, and that is where the style of video that I do really just kind of starts to suck. Because people are like, oh, no, don't cut anything out. It's like, okay, well, cool, I won't, but it's going to take us a really long time to get through stuff. But I'll see you in just a moment. All right, so we have 2,000 science, which means we can finally unlock... Click the wrong button again, good job. I can finally unlock the Clockwork Hydroponic Lotus Farm. So let's do that. And bring this guy right over here and get that construction started. We will, of course, have to put in the accompanying power shafts and ladder segments. But that will be just fine. We'll get that right up there. Put that piece of path in as well. And hopefully soon we'll be able to have some more lotuses because, well, technically Nennephars. Because that's going to allow us to really get the deluxe stew going in a nice fashion and contribute to so much more advancement and well-being improvements. All right, I have to find somewhere to put a third mechanical drill. Where in the world am I going to stick this thing? First of all, do I have the blueprints for it? Floodgate dam, large water wheel, Fusilia's water pump. Oh, I have 46. Good. So the rules for the mechanical drill placement, you have to have 3 by 3 or 3 wide, 3 tall space of a cliff face to stick something in there. And there's not really a good spot in this general area. And I don't really know what I'm going to be able to get myself into here. Ugh. This is also like why I didn't do this. Honestly, maybe the easiest thing to do would be to take these gravity batteries out and just stick this right here by blowing something else up. Yeah, actually, this would fit perfectly here. It's just kind of a shame that I have to, get rid of some of this. I could leave this one. If I just butted this directly up next to it. I could do that because they have the input on both sides. I could just stick this right here. This has been paused for ages anyway. But when I do this, it's going to disconnect this entire thing here. Which, yeah, it's going to be an issue. So I will need to prepare for that by routing around here. Sawdust, I can just empty that. Take that somewhere else. Now that I have the giant storage of it, I can hold 505,480 sawdust. That's a lot of sawdust. I can take that out. And this here, yeah, easiest thing to do is just going to be to come around this. That's going to be inaccessible, inaccessible, inaccessible. This is not doing anything anyway, so goodbye. I also don't need to have any of these making... I need to check and make sure, because I have not... I don't need to have any of these making methane. Any of you making methane? No? Good. Alright, well, that's one problem slightly averted there. I'm going to have to put in those there. Here can be placed. I need to have a triple right down here. How much dynamite? I have 55, yeah. So here can go away. This, easiest thing to do is just, I'm going to make this a 4-way, just so I don't have to worry about it later. Not going to lose any sleep over that going away. Yeah, just make that the biggest possible priority. They'll put that in. This could be... Yeah, what the heck. Let's make it another 4-way. Then that can come into... Because this is going to go away. No, it's a discharging too. See, that is... that's going to be the deal. But... Oh, this is dry. Oh, yes. Okay. Now we can cook. Let's get this out of here. I really hope I didn't need that. I should be able to place the rest of these here. You need the upward power shaft. Go there. And then the downward power shaft. Go there. And then they should be able to do one of these numbers here. They should be able to do all of this at once. And then, of course, I have to be able to actually get to the doorway, which is here. Yeah. Probably easiest... easiest way to do this would have been to just not engage in this insanity at all. But I don't really have any options like that, do I? They could go up here and then back down. I don't think I need to have that be a thing, but they do need to be able to get up there. So now I've caused myself some problems here. I can't really put in metal blocks, anything that uses metal blocks, because I don't have metal blocks. So I'd like to avoid that, which means I can't build ladders. Alright, well, I guess this gets to be an exercise in insanity here, where this comes down this way. Oh, I could just replace this whole staircase with a shared one. That might actually be easier if I did that, and then I flip that. Then I could have that go to here, as well as over here, which is going to have to climb up above this because of the way that I did it. Maybe I shouldn't have done this way. I don't know. Well, that will go here. And then I just have to probably... No, because I still want to be able to do this, too. What kind of unholy nonsense have I wrought here? If I do that, I can still get to those. And then this comes up here. It can be yet another nonsense. Just do that. How many stairs do you have to go up and down for work? Yes. Not a number, just yes. Oh boy. I love it when stupid stuff happens. But yes. This will more or less take care of all of our power problems. And assuming they can actually, you know, get literally anything accomplished here. In due time, then we'll be good to go. But I can't really disconnect this until this is in place. And this is also going to require that I... yeah, a fine mess. A fine mess. Okay, still making that. Still making these. Yeah, technically. Still only have 16 of these bots, though, and that's kind of a frustrating thing. Endothermic essence. Once more. Oh, hey, this doesn't have to be here anymore. Get out of here. Go do something else. And still waiting on minty bamboo shoots. Really? Well, I guess I need a whole lot more bamboo. Unbelievably tall bamboo. I guess I could put some over here if I had... Okay, this is gonna be... This is gonna be really stupid. They might not even be able to build this. Oh, maybe they can. I'm just gonna hope that works. I think is the best I can do. Yeah, that has to go there. There. Alright, yeah, 3 more of these if they can, you know, reach it. It's better than nothing. How are we looking here? We built this yet? Am I out of... Seriously? Come on, man. I don't have these because metal blocks. I'm sure that's why. Because I got everything else. Well, they have enough to actually start this. So I guess I just have to wait for them to show up to work, huh? I need them to make these saw blades, because... Oh, I've got 99! Okay. Alright, fine. Alright, I'm going to, as soon as this is done, just swap that over. Now they need logs. And I do technically have logs. Okay. I would love to see the deluxe stew numbers go up. Because right now it's like a third of the beavers have deluxe stew. And that generates a lot of well-being if all of them have that. Need to get some bananas as well. I know that's a whole thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Pineapples, not bananas. I can't read. Yeah, we got to get these airships going, man. Have to have airships. Each one of those is 3 balloons, as someone pointed out. So I do technically need to still make balloons. I have storage for 36 balloons. Really? Am I making balloons? I am not. Well, that's fine. We'll get there. No progress whatsoever. I really am just going to have to high prioritize absolutely everything, huh? It's fine. I didn't have anything I needed to get done. I wanted to babysit these. This still doesn't have a high enough water, and I really probably should take these wheels out, but these are making almost 700 each. That's huge. I know this will make 3,000, but... And of course, they haven't done any of this yet. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. Still only 16 bots. Still waiting on endothermic essence. Bamboo shoots. Is there a recipe for bamboo shoots from the balloons? At this point, I'm pretty desperate. Doesn't seem to be. That is whoa, hold up. Alright, this is like the ultimate exchange right here. You get your pineapples, you get your coconuts, you get your frozen human meat, you get your larvae, and you get seashells. Wowee. What a powerful recipe. What a powerful recipe. That's literally all of this combined. I like it. But it's also 20,000 science that we don't have. So we don't really need to worry about it yet. Product controllers. I got 8. I don't think I'm going to need another 8 of these. At least right now. So I can either make science or I can start making other degrees. What other degrees do I already... I have none of them saved up. Okay, now I have to let them finish this one clockwork robotic controller. But I'm going to need, for the airship, I'm going to have a pilot's license. I haven't made one of those yet. Not that I'm anywhere close to even having this to begin with, but... Probably doesn't hurt to have those. Honestly, probably should just make more bachelors in agronomy and just get it over with. That's probably the better option. Oh yeah, I was supposed to have this go to... Oh, it's already doing that. Alright, yeah, I guess we're just babysitting now. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. 97, 98, 99. Hit that pause button. Not that that really matters. And we'll go right back to bachelors in agronomy. Something at least. Endothermic essence. Man, just... Get me those... Is that... Are they already... I can't remember if I already checked this or not. What is consuming the minty bamboo shoots? It's probably only this, and I'm probably still super far behind. Because resource management is very hard. No, it's also this making frost bomb. Okay, well... I'm gonna have to stop doing that. Instead make antibiotics. I know I have the 2 clinics here. What's this one making? Also antibiotics. Okay, surgery kit it is then. That probably isn't going to make a huge difference, but it's going to make a difference. So, I mean, yeah, it's just... You can only produce what you can produce, and you can't really spend too much time worrying about it, or else you're just going to be miserable, so... oh boy, it's bad tide time. that's going to come in here and here. Get those also taken care of. I have noticed that our water levels are pretty low, and that's concerning. Yeah, I think part of it's also like the incredible plank consumption, maybe. These seem to be supplied decently well. Maybe it's just an issue of hauling capacity. It's honestly probably what it is. So many problems, so little time. What's consuming water anyway? I haven't checked in a while. Alright, all the way down here. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, I've got... I got 67 buildings consuming water. How did that happen? Very easily, apparently. Okay, well, none of these really should be super high volume uses. It's just a lot of buildings that are taking water. Oh boy. Well, at least I have 19 endothermic essence instead of 7. That's progress. So yeah, that's gonna help there. I've got full storage of giant logs, huh? And this is still waiting on... Oh, why is this waiting on robot parts? I thought we were making those. Ah! Metal blocks. Of course. What else would it be? Okay, so this making the drill bits once it's finished. I guess... Oh, I don't know. Maybe putting on metal blocks won't do anything. Or make it worse. Because we don't have enough scrap metal. Ugh. I need this drill for coal. I need it. I can't do anything else until that's taken place. But at the very least, I don't need to be making more drill bits, because I have 20 of them right now, and that Abyss thing should be able to handle it. So, I don't think I have the materials to make another batch of these right away anyway. No, I definitely do. Okay, well. Alright. Oh, now it needs coal, of course. Of course. What else would it be? Alright, time to bite the bullet and just disconnect all this. That's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone, that's gone. That's gone. Alright, so I need... Yes, I know we have a bad tide. I'm going to try not to let that be a problem. This has to be a triple. This has to be a triple. This has to be single, single, single. As does this and this. And then to cover up that hole, I'm going to have to put in there as platforms. Everything else should be fine. This will connect. I don't think I can put anything over the top of this unless... Rotate that. Nope, that's not going to work. What about this skewer platform? Also not going to work, which means... Why is that my anvil storage? Okay, let's remove this. I think this was because when we had the other districts set up, I needed one in here for an anvil, but they should have somewhere. Good, they got rid of that, which means that goes away, which then means this can go here, which means this can go here. You better move or you're going to get blown up, and you're not going to have a fun time. Alright, so that's going to go here. I can detonate this. B for boom. That is not... Why is clicking here give me the gravity battery? Alright, I know why. So now this just has to have that one put in place. We got 1 day until bad tide, so I do need to make preparations. Just for my own personal sanity. I know they're automated, but this makes it just that much quicker. I know this is automated, so I don't have to be that worried about it. Okay, so they could only reach this. Well, it's enough to plant it and harvest it, so I guess that's fine. It is what it is. Okay. B for boom. Please do not get exploded. Alright, folks. At long last, we'll have our third mechanical drill. And in this corner right here, I can put a... I love spiral staircases. I can put a spiral staircase. We can access this. Oh, man, I hope this gets built quickly. It may be an issue with the... Oh, actually, no, we have screw press axles. Okay. I'm feeling optimistic. That probably won't last long. Alright, hitbox for the gravity batteries. Come on. So now this power has been rerouted. This is fine. Oh, you know what I could do? Is... Come on. This is not the hitbox for the gravity... Come on, man. For crying out loud. This is how I have to operate with this, huh? No! Stop! Collaborate and listen. Nope, 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 nope. This is 2 blocks away. Cease and desist. There's no conceivable reason why this should activate the gravity battery. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to click... No. Not going to be able to click on this. What if I do my demolish building tool? Nope, that is still, for some reason, doing that. Alright, well, I guess we're not going to mess with that. Can't work. So let's move on before I get mad. Put this back at the level it's supposed to be. What are we waiting on? Okay, robot parts. Well, at least we have 6 of them instead of one of those things. Oh, this is operating! Look at all that extra power. It's beautiful. Now we have permanent, forever, constant 9,000 HP. That is a big help. No, we still need the power that's generated by these wheels. But we can probably try to do some other stuff to generate power and maybe put these dams back in place. Well, for now, it's probably fine. We're about to get bad tide again. 700. I mean, so we are making science. And that is what I said beginning of this episode. One of my main goals was to increase science production. And that is working. It's just not, you know, the most efficient method. But it is better. And better is not worse. Well, usually. So I think what is going to be probably what ends up happening is we just have to time-lapse this again. Yeah, 8 out of 10 robot parts. So this should be operating soon enough. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know it's not the most exciting thing to watch, but yet another time-lapse is going to be necessary here, and that is what will happen, as you have seen here. And we'll just wait and see how much science we can get, what gets built, what gets activated, what doesn't, and I will talk to you again, hopefully very soon, with some good news. Alright, it's cycle 72, and we are out of the bad tide, and we also now have 1,300 science, and it looks like we have all 3 of our drills operating. They are not animation synced, but that is fine. Look at this, look at this. We got 672 coal, we have almost 1,000 iron, and we're making scrap metal, and we have some extra stuff left over. So I think it's time for us to put all 20 beavers back in this building. And in terms of the silicone things, why can't I find those? Are we completely out? We might be. Alright, well, they're continuing to work on this. We've made some nice progress in other areas. We do need to make sure that the water that's coming through here is clean before I open any of these. But it looks like... gravity batteries once again. That's ready to go. This is ready to go, and once this flows clean in just a moment, I can open this back up, and we'll be in a little bit of a better place here. Oh, I could put this in triple speed too. That might help. Maybe just a touch. Yeah, get that last little bit of pollution out of here. Looks like this is all clean, all ready to go. And down she goes. So, we have, over here, processors once again held back by endothermic essence, but that is, minty bamboo shoots! Need more bamboo, have nowhere else to plant it. well, at least not sustainably making sense. I could put some up here, but it's not going to grow very consistently, and I don't know that that's really a super beneficial thing for us anyway. But recognizing that this is a pretty precarious situation for us to find ourselves in, I do think I'm going to have to just plant some over here and get over myself. Now, this is going to spread rather violently if we do not address it immediately. And you know how it goes. We've been through this song and dance with these before, and it is what it is. It's the best way I can describe it. But they're going to take care of this, hopefully, as best as they can, and I can start planting some bamboo, and we can move on with our lives. Now, this says it doesn't have room. Oh, because that goes up and to the right. That's right. Okay, well, that can go there. Then this one will be removed, and that one can go there. So I have 3 more, at least. I know I'm going to have more than that, but not really a lot of options. Not really a lot of options here. As long as I have, see, that would be 1, that'd be 2, that'd be 3. It's probably the best I'm going to get out of this, honestly. So if I were to do that number again, just all of these removed and replaced with a bamboo, maybe we might be able to keep up. I don't know. I need to put some more of this stuff basically anywhere I possibly can and just, you know, let that be what it's going to be. But in terms of the main goal I established for this episode, which was to get science advanced, I think we've done a pretty decent job. Obviously, still plenty more to be accomplished there. Oh, look, it's these little demons again. Okay, that can't be there. That can't be there. That can't be there. Okay, before I can do anything else, I'm going to have to get this put there. Just have to wait. Oh, is this already blocking this? Man, I hate these stupid things. Absolute demons. Alright, so as long as I don't have any more of these things spread through here. Okay, alright. This is a family channel in which people watch videos with their children and their parents. I don't need to be swearing on here, so I won't. But just know that inside, I am. Yeah, it's, it is what it is. Just get this thing out of here, please. So I don't have to worry about this anymore. We do have 18 out of 20 bots, as far as the capacity of this standby area is concerned. We'll probably need to build another one soon, but we are not going to be having to worry about that until we have more endothermic essence, which is not going to happen until we have more of these guys. So you know how it goes. This is making bachelors in agronomy. We've got 2 of those coming up in a couple of days, and that's going to help us with more GMO labs, which is going to help us with more berries, which is going to help us, so on and so forth. You get the picture. We have a tremendous quantity of nenifars now, and we still don't have a lot of deluxe stew, but I don't know if that's because they're just eating it. Nope, it's fewer beavers than before. Well, we have the materials. I guess we just don't have enough production. Okay, that's making rice. Do I really only have one of these making deluxe stew? It's making vegetable stew. Yeah, they are separate. Not vegetable stew, mushroom stew. They are separate well-being things, which is why I'm still making them, even though this is technically better than all of the rest of them. Okay. Fried rice, I got 6,300 of that. I'm just going to switch this one over to deluxe stew as well. See if we can keep up with all that. Alright, did we plant all of these? We did. Alright. That works. I guess this is as good as I'm going to be able to get, huh? Well, I could have this continue going around here. Depending on what I wanted to do. You know what? I'm just going to leave it alone. We're going to hope that this actually makes some sort of positive impact. I have no guarantee that that will be the case. But it's better than nothing. Now I need to think about what I'm going to put in next here. Because I know I'm going to have platforms. which are kind of expensive. They take metal, which I'm still not producing in reliable quantities. But at least the food situation's improved quite a bit. Everything else is honestly probably okay. Screw press axles, we've got tons of. Oh, that's right. I was going to do gears. I was going to produce gears. These mechanics lodges are just grossly inefficient. Just hilariously and heinously bad. I guess that's kind of the point, though. I've got 26 incapacitated beavers. Really? I got 11 contaminated beavers. I'm sure that happened as a result of all this other garbage we're doing, but I don't know, man. Oh, there's so much going on. I can't keep up with everything. Oh, yeah, somebody wanted to know if we could put stuff on top of the ENS. Because there is this one corner that has this flat spot here, this 3x3. Well, technically. So, least defensive way to do this probably. Oh, that is not 3x3. That is 2x2. I can't read. Yeah. This corner piece isn't buildable, but this is, and this is. So, if you wanted to do that, you could. I don't know what benefit there would be for us to do this, just because of how hard it is to get back into that back corner. But it's possible. So knock yourself out. Go for it. Gears. Gonna need a lot of gears for some of these things. What have we not researched? I guess is probably the better question to ask. I know we could do heavy gravity batteries, which are going to be quite good. But seeing that we now have 9,000 permanent power production, and we have wheels that will turn during temperate cycles and bad tides, and our demand is only 1,800 more than our supply at this level, that's not that much. We're probably okay. I don't want to spend my science right now on the heavy gravity batteries, although maybe it's a good option. 35K is a long way to go for us to get to the abyssal nuclear reactor. We have 6 of the laboratory glassware. I know we're going to have 20 for this. I mean, everything else is a substantial enough barrier that we probably shouldn't even worry about it yet. We also need the nuclear power plant outflow that goes on top of this, and we have to plan for that, but I don't think that is going to be a thing for right now. So, I know for a fact we're going to have storage for these giant logs, because we're going to need a ton of them to build some of this late-game stuff. I don't have a lot of great spots to put it. I know it sounds like a broken record. I'm sure you're absolutely sick of me just saying this all the time, but I'm going to have to find, first of all, where this building is located. Here we go. Gonna have to find somewhere to stick one of these. And I don't really have any good options over here. Unless I were to move this out, I don't think that's really going to help. I keep saying I want to plant more stuff over here, but that's such an involved process. Wait a minute. Okay, well, that's not going to work. I don't have any other spot up here I can really do this, huh? Almost call this bocce ball. That's not the same thing. Peacock can be moved to give me a more advantageous position here. So Peacock is going to Peacock its way over there. That's going to go away because I can now put big old log storage over here. Just do a whole bunch of giant logs. I don't need to store any more half logs. That's fine, those 3 right there. And then I suppose I could put another what do you call it, a rooftop terrace here. Not that we need a ton more of those, but it's something. And people kept saying this would be a good spot to put some of the well-being things. We got decoration. I don't have a pointer statue. Oh, if I had 50 metal blocks I could build this thing. That seems like a tremendous waste of resources right now. How do I still not have enough coal? That is... Oh, probably should prioritize that. That's astounding to me that we're still having this problem. Okay, silicon metal ingots is going to be a thing. Hopefully sometime soon we get more endothermic essence, because I gotta have more of these hauler bots. I've already impressed upon you the severity of that issue. That's fine. Working on building this, that's fine. I don't really know that there's much else we can do except wait. Deluxe Stew is doing Deluxe Stew things. Probably need to get some more water, but you know how that goes. We haven't run out yet. It's just been kind of a problem. It seems that berries... Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're okay. I mean, it's still making science. I guess that's fine. I've got bachelors in agronomy, and they're still making... they actually haven't started researching this one, so maybe I should... maybe I should go start... Wow! Oh, come on! 300? Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Okay, well, I guess I'm building another balloon trader landing pad and getting sky exploration again. Okay, oh, I can do that here if I just blow this up. I also need to end this episode at some point, but I guess this is what we have gotten ourselves into at this point. Take this out. And this one at the very end can be the sky exploration, because I guess I just have to keep amassing those like it's going out of style. Okay, that's not finished yet. Do I even have storage for this? I do, in fact, have storage for 300 sky exploration things. They're not points. I don't know what the unit is, but that's fine. Alright, get that thing out of here. Let's get our balloon trader landing pad. Make sure this is rotated the correct way, or a correct way. That's fine. And then scouting balloon, which runs off of methane, paper, and all that. Do I have methane storage over here? Yes, I do. It's just not super close. Well, that's going to be a fun project for later. Do I have balloon storage over here? I do. I have 4 balloons. That is where all of my balloons are. And I need to keep making more balloons. This one is making wooden toys. This one is making pencil sets, both of which really should be made in the assembly line, which is currently making other stuff. I need more assembly lines. Tools, at least, don't seem to be a problem, and I'm not changing either of these, which means I really should build more of these, but I don't have a spot for it. 24 robot parts. I know to make robots I have to have... That's not the right building. Oh, I have 200 in there. Okay. Bet. You're making wooden toys. Alright. Balloon time it is. So we're going to set those guys down the road to making more of those. Do balloons go in the glorious storage, or do they have their own mess they have to go in? Oh no, they just go in a mini crappy warehouse. Okay. Well, that seems fine. Where is my... There we go. Explosives. Store's the same, so it doesn't really matter. This can be for balloons also. I know this is the one that's making balloons. Wait a second. Did I already try this? Where I tried to put something up here? Because that's really where there should be... Nope, stop it. Stop building. Cease and desist. Let's see if they can do this real quick. I need to end this episode. This is going to be a long one. Oh, wait, a time lapse. That might actually not be that bad. Alright. Come on, don't let me down here. Don't let me down. Just build the warehouse up here so I can end the episode and we can all ride off into the sunset and then come back next week and try to figure out what the heck we were actually doing. Unless they can't build this here because it's inaccessible. Yeah, because this is a pathway, isn't it? Okay, I'll just have to relocate it to the top of this. Alright, Balloon Boy. Now, remember Balloon Boy? At least this mess is working. And like I said, it's ugly, but it works. So what I can actually do here is disconnect that and then just get all this removed here. I don't know what the benefit was to doing that, but now it's just a single staircase, so hooray. How's this? Waiting on... Okay, that's all doable. That's fine. Well, we already... Wait, how did I already have 8 balloons again? There's no way they made those that fast. They haven't even started this. Oh, paper. We need to be making more paper, too. But I didn't have a good reason to change that over. 323 gears. I mean, that's helpful. That's good. But I think I need to stop making gears so I can have more paper, because I know I'm going to have paper. Human relics, ruins exploration. I don't know that there's much else I can do today that would actually be beneficial. But we have 2,000 science again, so we have actually made, in this episode, over 3,000 science, which, given how the rest of the series has gone, is tremendous. So I guess this is probably about the best place to leave this. Yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. It's been a very, very long series, and I know it's been frustrating for some of you to watch, but I'm having a good time with this. Still, believe it or not. And I'm excited to see what we can get ourselves into. I don't know that there's going to be too many more episodes of this, the way this is going. I also don't know that I have time to time-lapse 3, 4, 5 hours into a single episode, so I don't know. It might just stretch out just because of that, but we'll see what happens. Got a lot going on. Got 3, technically 4, but one's paused, Timberborn series going on. I got another channel. I got this other stuff I do outside of YouTube and all sorts of other everything that somehow I thought it was a good idea to try and do all at once. But I appreciate you guys sticking with it and continuing to give helpful input. And, of course, the Beard Booster supporting the channel, making it possible for me to even attempt to do this without having sponsorships or any of that nonsense that people are so sick of seeing online these days. But yeah, whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and I'll look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.